what they telling me to come for me. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let you go. When she telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what they telling me to come forward. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let her go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's telling me to come forward, come for me. See, I don't know why I finally now I just spoke my mind. I know it's not since we spoke sometime, but this thing no play, I go change your mind. Just give me some time, baby, please. Cause I don't have no time to waste. No more back and forth, just like Aaliyah. That's all I wanna do right now. Grab it up. So you know me gonna grab it up. Body to body, make a bend up on that reeling. Bad man, turn you over like a steering. Well, when me gonna grab it up. So you know me gonna grab it up. Body to body, make a bend up on that reeling. Bad man, turn you over like a steering. West telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what she telling me to come for me. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let you go. When she telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what she telling me to come forward. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let her go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's telling me to come forward, come for me.
That's killed it.
You made the decision to play Thiago. But Klopp doesn't change the system. Since move back left, you don't want to change from the 4-3. Yo, what's people? What's going on? We're back in the building. Big up to G for that intro. We're back again on the Dre James Show, and we got a big one today. We got a big one. This is the battle for European spots, Champions League, whatever you want to call it. It's Liverpool versus Spurs, and this is the preview. Before we get started, people, as you already know, get your ticket to entry. Make sure you're smashing a like. Make sure you're commenting and you're engaging with myself today. And make sure, like, we keep it respectful in the chat. We're all good. We're all harmonious. Positive vibes right now. Liverpool have been winning. So it's difficult to really, be too critical. We're still going to be critical in the right manner, but it's difficult to be too critical. Make sure we're smashing a like and hitting that notification bell as well for any new content. And of course, if you're new, please subscribe. But before I get started, I need to big up to all of you guys in the building. We've got Endsman in the building from the early saying big up to yourself. We've got M Tarmizzi saying big up Jerry in the chat. M Tarmizzi, again, apologies. Yes, I am. If you're in London, just hit me up again, message, and we can definitely do a meet up. No problem. Honesty saying, big up to Honesty saying, look, before we start, shout out to King James. He was 1v1 versus the Grizzlies. It's no party in Memphis. He made Dylan Brooks look like amateur hour. Facts. Big up to King James. Big up to King James because people question the GOAT. When we talk about the GOAT, MJ, LeBron, people try to disregard what this man's doing at his age. And big up to LeBron. Big up. We've got RJ in the building saying like and subscribe. Big up to RJ. We've got Mo Khalif in the building. Big up to Mohammed. Gary Richards. We've got KLFC in the building. We've got Mr. Brooks. We've got K-Mac in the building. Also, big up. And the rest of you guys, make sure we're smashing a like upon entry. We've got Chainsaw saying Dylan Brooks is a run. Yeah, Dylan Brooks is an idiot, man. Dylan Brooks is an idiot. He's just, I don't know, he's just a wannabe. He's like a wannabe, like, he wants to be like Draymond, but he's like a B-Tech Draymond. Like, I can't even rate it like that. I can't rate it. I know you guys probably think the same thing. But let's get into it, people. Liverpool hosting Spurs. Spurs, obviously, on the back of a horrible run, man. Horrible run. You're talking dismantled by Newcastle. This was 2 weeks ago now. Last week, midweek, they were able to claim some honour back. Ryan Mason obviously reinstated for his second term as interim manager. I've critiqued that a lot. When you're going for Ryan Mason, you know things are political. They're peak. But look, Ryan Mason's at the helm, and they managed to salvage a 2-2 draw. Now, in Liverpool, look, they are terrible. I'm going to be honest. We should beat them by all accounts. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. I've got a little theory, right? Not a theory, but does this ignite some fire for Tottenham? Like, knowing they were so bad, coming back from a 2-goal deficit, turning it around, looking like they could have scored a third potentially. We know United have been a bit shaky also. But hey, when Harry Kane and Son get it popping, it can be a problem, and they did in that game. And it's probably, this game has probably come at the wrong time a bit. I know obviously their morale's still down. They've got certain players in the back line that I've even rated at one point, and I can't even mention their names anymore. And I know you guys are going to grill me for it if I mention their names. So I know some of you guys will know what I'm talking about. But yeah, and so I'm looking at this game, and look, it's a game that Liverpool need to go and win if they have any top 4 Champions League or Europa League ambitions, which I know they do. We need to go and win this game, and we need to win it comfortably. I think we have to make a statement at one point. I know we've been winning games, and I know at this point winning games is all well and good, but big up to Ram and big up to Romz that were doing the tactics board the other day for the West Ham game. G it was actually. We need to go and make sure and ensure people that we're winning games in style now, especially the back. We've got to come into this next season, into the summer, playing a certain. Take off these glasses, man. I can't even see shit. But sorry, apologies for the flipping language. But yeah, we need to come into the summer knowing, cool, like we know what we're doing. We're that team. We're playing this style, and we're doing it in pockets. Don't get it twisted, we are, but we're still easily got at. Our verge, our rock hasn't been the same. So there's so many keys and cogs that are just not working. And what we don't want is to have gone on this run and then go back into that lull where we drop points again and then we lose and then we lose and then we go into the summer on the back of this nonsense. So it will be a bit mad. We got Mo Khalif saying City drawing. Arsenal fans pray like Liverpool fans did. City are too cruel. Facts. Chainsaw saying, Jay, where's the super chats? Guess what? The super chats are coming, but we've had some issues in the back end. We've had to go and restructure and reapply for monetization. So listen, for now, I appreciate all of this. What I need from you guys right now is the likes and the comments. If you can get the likes up, the likes and the views and the comments up, that's going to equate to the super chats for right now. But hopefully from next week, everything will be all rosy. So big up to yourself. Honestly saying, look, they are still bums. If LFC don't win today, all hope for top 4 is done. Even top 5 will be in jeopardy. It's the only thing that counts is a win. Like J-Rock said, if win, F everything else. Win. You're right. Anfield Road End saying, big up JJ. Klopp's comments makes man resent him even more. Facio basically telling man we can't have any opinions about him. Listen, this you see about the Klopp thing, and I'm going to get into this off the bat, right? let me prep myself, people. Let me prep myself. Cool. You're a dickhead, fam. You're a dickhead. Do you know why you're a dickhead? Listen to this. How can you start now, when things are rosy, start critiquing the social media fans, the fans that have opinions on getting a midfielder? Because you've been on a run now, you're getting a bit cocky saying, I'm not going to listen to those fans because they wanted a midfielder and 100% that was the biggest issue in etc., trying to laugh in our face, make those comments. When back in August, you were coming out apologizing. Sorry, we made a mistake. We have to get Arthur Melo. Sorry, Klopp. Sorry. I'm so sorry, people. Please, sorry. Dickhead. Sorry. You're really... The arrogance for things when they're going well to start running your mouth. Shut up, Klopp. The same way you're not doing your fist pumps at the away end, the same way you're not punching your chest and going, "Hooray," just shut up. You're making things worse. You're sitting there all cocky and confident. What? Because you've come off the back of, do you know what I mean? A couple wins. Trent's looking decent in the little double inverted. Let's slow down. We've told you this. These social media geeks and gurus that you're talking about, they're trying to critique. They're the ones that were telling you this. Why do you try Trent in midfield? Whether we agreed with it or not, we're the ones who had these debates. You're trying to say, and then to go and say, look, I understand it because we're nervous because of the season we've had. If you understand, then shut up. Take it on the chin and accept it. This guy, bro. This guy. Like, it's mad. We got Chainsaw said, I hope it gets sorted. I was gonna shout out the Warriors on it. Yeah, big up. We're gonna shout out the Warriors. We'll do that. K-Max saying Klopp isn't going anywhere. FSG will back him in the summer. 100 M's max. We just need to live with it now. Paul Smith saying I'm still Klopp out. Facts. I mean, I'm still Klopp out. But you can't say anything right now, but I am still Klopp out. Like, do you know what I mean? Nothing changes for me. But cool. Let's just get some stats out that I managed to go and get twisted. 2 seconds, people. Let me just find that out. Yeah, guys, make sure we're smashing a like. There we go. So, guys, Liverpool have lost just one of the last 20 Premier League games against Spurs. Since a 4-1 loss at Wembley in October 2017. Funny thing was, I was actually at that game in the Spurs end when Salah scored that goal. That was the beginning of the end for Dejan Lovren. So, people, we need to remember this. The stats do swing in our favour. However, we're talking about 13 wins and 6 draws. So the draws have been creeping up recently. They have. Spurs have won just 2 of their last 35 away Premier League games against Liverpool. Drawn 10, lost 23, winning 2-1 in August in 1993 and 2-0 in May 2011. Listen. At home, our record's been very, very good this season, regardless of how poor we've been. It's been a decent home record. And it looks like we're going to probably maintain it against Arsenal. We said the same thing. I know they came out with a draw, but we didn't lose. And if we were a betting man, you probably wouldn't bet against Liverpool losing. You wouldn't. Look, Tottenham are winners in 5 Premier League away games, losing as many games in this run as they had done in their previous 16 on the road beforehand. It's their longest run without an away league win since a run of 12 between February and November 2019. I believe that's when Poch got sacked. Yeah, it's swinging in our favour, people. Tottenham have conceded 31 away goals in the Premier League this season, already their most in a single campaign since 08-09. Jesus, like, it's looking great. Harry Kane has scored in each of his last 3 Premier League away games, with Spurs failing to win all 3. We've got Mo Salah has been involved in 11 goals in his last 8 home games in all competitions. And 6 of Tottenham's last 7 Premier League goals against Liverpool have been scored by either Harry Kane 3 or Heung-min Son 3. Overall, Kane has scored 8 times against Liverpool in the competition, with only Andy Cole netting more against the Reds. Listen, it's going to be a decent game. Just looking at those stats, it's looking like it's going to go in Liverpool's favour. If we're going back on history, going on form, Liverpool are the favourites for this game. However, Harry Kane. Now, people question whether Harry Kane's world class. Question whether he's got the mettle. You know, this whole discussion about him moving to United in the summer. Where is he going to go after this season? He needs to move to go and win trophies to really establish himself. I agree. 100%. However, this guy always scores against us. Always scores, always assists, always creates chances, whether it's a penalty. He's got that Salah about him. And I mean by that, he's just going to score a goal. And Heung-min Son also has decent games against us also. So it's going to be an intriguing game. I'm not saying Liverpool lose this game. I'm not. We might draw, though. We might draw. And we'll get into that when we get into the score predictions. But what we're going to do for now, people, is I'm going to need you guys' help. Now, look, I ain't got G, I ain't got Ram, I ain't got anyone around me, right? But, you know, we're still tacticos. People like to use that word. We're tacticos, right? And I'm not going to need you guys to go and help me and myself. And together, we're going to actually build the lineup and we're going to play the team that we think is going to play against Spurs today. We're going to go and predict it together. So bear me 2 seconds, people. And we're going to get into that right now. Guys, please make sure you're commenting and leaving any questions as well. I'm seeing all the comments, and big up to all of you guys. So we're going to get stuck into that straight away. I know you guys can see this, so amazing, cool. In goal, I mean, it's easy, right? We're going to go Alisson, 100%. No, we're going to start at left back. Now, the choices at left back are slim, aren't they? They're slim. Tsimikas or Robbo. Now, I know what I think Klopp's going to do. I think he's going to go for Robbo. But this isn't just my decision. I need you guys to come in as well. Robbo or Tsimikas starting. I know K-Mac's already coming off the bat saying, look, Robbo's starting. I agree. I need the rest of you guys to go and let me know. Is it Robbo or Tsimikas starting? Because it's an interesting one. Spurs play with a back 5. They're not going to go over back 4 because they haven't got the personnel to. They can't have Perisic and Porro playing in the back 4. It's just not going. I mean, that would be just ludicrous. But going forwards, does Tsimikas offer us a bit more? Are people still rating Tsimikas? Let me know. We're seeing Robbo saying here. We got Trudon saying Robbo as well. Big up to Trudon. We got K-Mac in the building saying Robbo works better in a back 3 role. We got KFC saying Robbo. We got the boss saying big up, man, like JJ. Big up to yourself, the boss also. Yeah. It's looking, it's looking like it's going to have to be Robbo. And I can't disagree with you guys at all. So off the bat, we're going to go Robbo. There we go. Jesus Christ, man. This laptop's about to die on me. I need to go and just... When you rely on technology and you hate it like myself, it's just terrible, people. Hold on. There we go. Dot the stream ending prematurely. Hold on. Where's the... Oh, why is the missus touching my damn computers and shit? Oh, this is what happens when you live with other people, especially people you care about. They mess up your stuff, but you can't get mad. Cool. At left centre back, who are we going for, people? Now, we know we're talking about, we've been talking about centre backs a lot. Of course, Matip scored the goal. So cool. Decent game as well. Verge, probably the weakest link of the back 4 against West Ham at the London Stadium. I was there live and he looked terrible. He looked worse than my grandma putting on flip-flops from Ghana and trying to go and kick ball in the dusty plains of Accra. It was terrible. He was slipping all over the place. He looked out of it. I know for a fact people were saying we're getting mad. We got big up to Marshall Ayub saying, look, Virgil, bench me. Bench for me. He's shit. Look, let's not do that. He's shit. He is shit. He's been shit. He's playing shit. He's not shit, though. He's the best centre-back we've ever had at the club, arguably, in the last 20, 30 years. Not going to talk about Alan Hansen's and them, man, because it's a different conversation. But in the Premier League area, 100%. Now, he's been absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. But who else have we got to play there? Mo Khalif saying, look, VVD turning his back against Paquetá. Facts. Boss saying VVD, the Don. We got RJ saying Matip, Phillips, Matip/Phillips and Konate. Do we do that though? Do we do that? I don't know. Let me know, people. We're going Virgil Konate from KLFC. We got K-Mac saying Konate can play left side, but this game at home, VVD is a must. I do feel like siding with VVD, people. I do still feel like siding with VVD. Also, question, is Konate back fit? Because Konate was injured for the game, and I don't see Konate coming back into this team, people. So the question is now, if Van Dijk's playing, right? Konate or Matip? Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm going Matip. I think Tottenham are more likely to go and sit back, and if they do, Matip's better on the ball than a Konate, especially with this inverted role. Especially, and we're going to talk about that inverted role before we head out, but especially with that inverted role, I think Matip is a better fit. That's not to say Matip's the better defender. I'm not even going to engage in that. I'm not saying he's a better whatever. Header, no. But when we've got possession of the ball, he's just a better ball playing centre back. Is that something that we're going to need? Interesting. RJ saying Klopp said he's fit. Honestly saying, can we start Mario and Konate or Matip as that? And Mario? Must be Matip. Matip and Konate. Konate as the destroyer and Matip can drive with the ball in midfield. But if Spurs counter, Matip hasn't got the legs. Facts. I mean, he hasn't got the legs. But we said that against West Ham, and West Ham had fast players down that side. You had Paquetá, you had Antonio, you had Benrahma. Who else came on? Who else played? Cornet as well came on, like towards the end of the game. I feel like we're doing him a bit of a disservice. I feel like we're doing him a bit of disservice. But honestly saying, look, he thinks Konate's playing. K-Max saying Matip looked great in this new role and he's so dangerous from corners. Yeah, he is. Marshall saying, remember, Son is very fast. I'm just saying Kane and Son against our high line. Yeah, that's something we're going to have to talk about. It's going to be a bit crazy. I've got a feeling Matip starts. I think you can't go and score a goal from a set piece and drop him. I think Matip starts. It's looking a bit mixed, though. I'm going to have to make an executive decision. It's Matip to start, man. It's Matip to start. Sorry, Konate, man. You're back off injury. We don't want to risk you. Matip got the goal. And at right back, we're going to go Milner, people. I think Milner in that inverted role will do amazing. I think he'll offer something different for all of us. I think he's a midfielder by trade, so I think him moving into there will do really well. I think he will defend really well, and I think it'll be decent. I know you guys were shocked. No way. Get that pensioner out the team. Big up to Milner, but Brighton's calling your name. I think there's one player and there's only one player available to go and play it, and it's going to be Trent doing all of this type of movement, which we're going to talk about as we get into the game. Now, in DM, people, let's start with the DM. Who do we go with in DM? Now, I think it will be Fabinho. I think that's very, 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 very simple, right? But we've got two other issues. You've got the right centre mid and the left centre mid. Now, for whatever reasons, we are playing this certain team. We're trying to. They've been probably the most consistent pairing we've had in a long, long time. And do we see any kind of change in that, people? I'm not too sure. We're saying, look, K-Max said Fabinho's been good for the last few games. KLC saying Fabinho. We've got Fabinho from Ends as well. Big up to Ends. We've got Mo Khalif saying Fabinho. So, look, it's going to have to be Fab. And, yeah, I mean, there's no one else. Left-sided centre mid. Who are we going with? I'm going to put my case forward for the Don. That is Curtis Bellingham Jones. Yes, the answer. Endman saying Thiago. I'm being serious. Thiago don't start for me, Ends. Thiago does not start for me. And it's been our best midfielder in the last 5 games now. His stats, we've looked at his stats, it's been ridiculous. I know people get excited with Thiago, but if I'm being honest, I don't think Thiago starts a game unless there's an injury to the end of the season, especially when we're playing 1 game a week. 100%. I'm telling you. I don't think we change the midfield up, the starting midfield, even the lineup, unless there's an injury. So look at the Matip one. There was obviously an injury scale with Konate. Konate wasn't in the team. That for me, do you know what I mean? And for me, I feel like we need Jones there to do that role. We haven't got a midfielder at the moment. And I'm not saying Matip's the best. I'm not saying Jones is the best midfielder Liverpool can get. I'm not saying we should progress or get another midfielder in. I'm not saying he's better than Thiago as a player. No. But for what he's doing right now, for me, he has to start. He's probably one of the first names on the team sheet. From a defensive standpoint, from an attacking standpoint. Let me see if we still got the stats. I'm pretty sure we've still got the stats from last game. If we look here, people, in terms of attacking third passes, he's got more than Robbo, Trent, Fabinho, and Jordan Henderson, right? We look at chances created. He's got 3 on par with Andrew Robertson. We then look from a defensive standpoint. Look at that. 5 out of 7 tackles made by Curtis Jones. For me right now, I'm going to have to make an executive order. Boom, boom, boom. Curtis Jones starts. Has to. He's the second scouter on our team. And Curtis Jones has to start. Now, right centre back. This is an issue. We saw against West Ham, and the comments are flying in, but we saw against West Ham that, hold on, people are grilling me, hold on. Next time I'm saying, don't add Bellingham to Jones' name, Jerry. Wash your mouth out now. Nah, man. I want Jones. Sack Bellingham. I don't want that guy. But yeah, hold on, we got Endman saying, I don't mind just thinking what Klopp would do and give Jones a rest. Maybe so, but I think he doesn't give Jones a rest because he hasn't really played a lot of games and it's 1 game a week right now. I don't think we're resting players. I think that's where we're thinking. But I hear you. I know where End stands with Jones. I know where End stands. I know End is on. We sing off the same hymn sheet. I get you. But the right side centre back, centre mid, role. Interesting. Now Henderson's played more or less 98, 99%, well, 98. He was until West Ham, he played about 98.7% of all the minutes from the Chelsea game, I believe. Arsenal game, Chelsea game, and then Chelsea game. He got taken off around the 55th minute at the London Stadium, and interestingly enough, it was Thiago that came on and played a right side of midfield. Now, I've got a feeling Thiago is going to play on the right side of midfield. I think when he came on, I think it was really interesting to see him do that Henderson role. He was making a lot of third man runs, he was popping out wide. And something within me tells me he goes and plays on that side. Now, I don't know I wouldn't have said that if Thiago came on for the last 10 minutes and he played there. But considering he came on so early and played there for majority of that half, I think Thiago doesn't. I think Thiago, if he does start, which I think he will, because I think Henderson plays. Is there an argument, people? And this is what I need to discuss with you guys. So I've got 2 thought processes. Did Klopp take Henderson off because he thought Henderson was that bad, or wasn't offering what he wanted, and put Thiago on to go and change the game, even though we were winning at that time, or maybe even I think we were winning or maybe drawing. No, we were drawing at that time, right? But did he do that because he thought the game was swinging in one way? Or did he do that to give Henderson a rest? Because Thiago's been available now since the Arsenal game. And he's a bit part player at the moment. I need to know what you guys are saying. And saying, nah, he rested his captain. Facts. K-Max saying rested his captain. R just saying he rested him. Yeah. Endsman saying, I want to see Elliot for this one. Yeah, Elliot's not playing another game, man. I don't think Elliot's playing another game if it's starting. Hendo is bulletproof, even though he's been terrible. It's going to have to be Hendo then. I think it's going to have to be Hendo. Jesus, why am I writing Hendo, man? Cool. And let's put him in DM. Let's put him like that. Cool. Now, people. Left wing. Now, who are we going with? This is really, really interesting. Who are we going with? Jota, Nunes, Gakpo up front, Gakpo on the left, Nunes up front, Diaz even. Who are we starting with? Because we're starting to get a lot of options down that left. Now, if I'm being honest, big up to K, I don't think Diaz starts. I think especially that towards the end of the season now, he's just going to come on bit part kind of thing. Ooh. I think Nunes plays. And the reason why I think Nunes plays, people, is Porro going up that right-hand side. Would he be able to go and target Dyer or Romero? I think Darwin might play on the left wing, people, with Gakpo in that false 9. I'm going to be dead honest. Unless we feel he's out of form, I do think I do think Darwin is the guy that's going to play. Let me know. I know we got next summer saying, look, Jota will start. Nunes coming in the 60th minute. I could see that as well. Honestly saying Lucho, Darwin and Salah, I need the speed when we get a chance to counter. We got Jonathan, big up to Jonathan saying, let's go Darwin. Yeah, I think Darwin as well. Gakpo, Darwin, Salah with Gakpo on the left. Interesting. Mo Khalif, I actually agree with that lineup, but I don't think Gakpo plays down the left anymore. I think he's become our focal point. I think he, especially when he got where he got the goal, I don't think we're moving that around. We've got Psychedelic saying Darwin. K-Mac saying Diaz plays. I'm not sure. RJ saying Diaz needs to be drip fed for his own recovery. I agree. What else? Endman saying Jota, but I want to see Diaz play. We've got Gakpo. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go Darwin Nunes. I think a lot of you guys have said Nunes. I think Darwin Nunes starts. Maybe not. You know what? I think Jota starts. I think Gakpo starts as well, unless you guys are saying Nunes up front. Let me know. Do we think Jota starts? Yeah, Jonathan saying, yep. Our in-house Colombian, do you know what I mean? Saying, yep, Diaz is not ready yet. He needs some time. Listen, you got to take his advice. I mean, this is coming straight from Cali, Colombia. So we got to make sure, do you know what I mean, we're listening to the word. Rich, big up to Rich, saying Klopp, Jota knocking the back. So I don't think he starts exactly. He looks like he's injured. Looks like he might be injured. I think it's Nunes then. I think Nunes starts. I think we've got to do that. Gakpo starting down the middle. Is everyone all right with that? Is everyone all right with that? Marcus saying Diaz, Gakpo, Salah. I don't see it. I think it's going to be drip fed. Yeah. Gakpo up top. Yeah, it's looking like it, isn't it? You guys are saying, look, we've got Diaz, Gakpo, Salah. We've got Diaz, Gakpo, Salah. Gakpo starts. Gakpo is not a striker. He's going to play up front. I'm telling you now. We've got Diaz, Darwin, Salah. Gakpo, Darwin, Salah. Jesus, this is difficult, isn't it? I wouldn't want to be Klopp right now. Yeah, we're going to keep it like this, and then we'll see. We'll see what it's saying there. That's the team then, people. Let's just read it out for you guys as well. Anyone that's listening in and that's not watching, catching this on the replay. We've got Allison in goal. We've got Robertson at left back with Virgil van Dijk, Matip, the two centre halves. We've got Trent at right back with Fabinho in the DM. We've got Curtis Jones on the left side of centre mid, and we've got Henderson that we believe he's been rested on the right side of centre mid against West Ham, with Darwin Nunes on the left, Gakpo down the centre, and Salah on the right. Big up to Claire Dean. Claire saying, time to match the Spuds. They've been worse than Liverpool this season. It's for the taking. Have they really? The form, the table doesn't lie. Like, recency bias, but the table doesn't lie. Honestly saying, you might be right, JJ. Klopp said he ain't rushing players back, so maybe Klopp will just give him a couple of minutes. So Darwin, Gakpo, Salah, plus Bobby still injured. Even if Bobby wasn't injured, I think... even though Bobby's not injured, I don't think he plays anymore. Jonathan saying, look, I believe Gakpo has more skills to play on the left. We should play Darwin down the middle. I'd agree with that. I would actually agree with that. I think Nunes should play down the middle. But we know the way Liverpool's playing right now with this false nine, and when we're seeing this kind of movement from Gakpo, if we're seeing this type of movement from Gakpo coming in here at times, coming in here like that, deep to come and get the ball. We've got Trent there, Fabinho there, and we're seeing this. When we're seeing this type of movement, I think Gakpo's are better suited to this role. If it was Bobby, I think it would be Bobby, but I think Nunes he fits this run better. If Trent's got the ball here, Nunes running into this space, Curtis Jones maybe even coming wide and doing this, or something like that in attack, and we're covering the space. I see that happening a lot. I see that happening a lot in this game. If we're focused on the left, I see it's happening a lot, and I think Nunes will make this run from out to in. Gakpo supporting him, Salah obviously, of course, coming here. Sometimes we might see it like that. Sometimes you might see it like that. Sometimes you might see it like this, trying to get the ball and him coming in. Gakpo might go in behind, but I think Gakpo's really going to stay there. I do think he's really going to stay there. Yeah. Let me know what you think, because hold on, let's see what you guys are saying. Endman saying this is better than Sky Sports. Big up to yourself. Big up to yourself. K-Max saying Gakpo is a functional player. He makes the team work. Nunes doesn't fit the system. That's exactly what it is. I am Jonah saying think Elliot is playing. He played that intro thing on his Insta. Yeah, it's true. Mr. Tibbs saying we never know what Tottenham shows up. Remember, they won 3-2 at City last season on the back of some poor results. Exactly that, Mr. Tibbs. Exactly that. Gakpo saying Gakpo can't be the 9 for next season. Don't be surprised if he is. Don't be surprised if he is. We got, by the way, don't want Diaz starting. He should get last 30. I'd agree. Jonathan now saying Nunes, Gakpo, Salah for sure. Endman saying, yeah, he's on form. So, yeah, Gakpo can. I want to see what Nunes up top too. It's true. It's true. I agree, man. Rich is saying, if you have a great midfield players, there's no need for a false 9. Depends. Benzema plays with a false 9. We've seen false 9s before. I think it just depends on their role. I think it depends what you expect from your midfielders. If you want your midfielders making, if you rely on, put it this way, if you rely on your wide wingers to go and get you goals, you really kind of need that link man. So if you look at Real Madrid, Benzema drops in, and Vinicius and Rodrigo, Vinicius, Valverde, whoever goes and plays out wide, that do a lot of the damage. And of course, Benzema does damage, but he runs onto the play a lot more. And of course, they've got Modric and Cruz and Camavinga behind them. If you've got wide players that stay really wide, like City do, then and you've got a target like Haaland, you don't need a false 9. But I think it's interesting to go and see when City have played with a false 9, it's been a bit more fluid and a bit more interchangeable. But so it's interesting. It's interesting to see. Justin Ulysses saying Gakpo is a Thierry Henry playing as a 9 rather than left wing. He is technical, smart, and physical as well. Ticks it all to be a massive hit. Yeah, to be fair, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the biggest fan of Gakpo. I'm not, if I'm gonna be dead honest. But from what I've seen, especially live, he is a specimen. I think you're right. I think he's from the Dutch school of techniques. He's not the worst technically. He's technically sound. Good strike on him. Smart. I'd like to go and see Smart a bit more. I'd like to see some runs and some movement. I haven't seen that. But physically, he's actually a specimen. He's rapid. And big up to Ends, because Ends tried to say it and I was like, nah, man. But long distance, he's rapid. The problem is it's the acceleration. Because he's so tall, he's not going to get going the same way a Mane or a Salah did, or some of these smaller players, or like a Sterling as an example. But 100%, 100%. JJ saying JJ changing his mind like this. Cav did also. Now he did. I'm not saying I'm the biggest fan still, but I'm saying in terms of him being fast, he's rapid. Over like 100 plus meters, he's rapid. When you see it live, it's actually mad. What else we got? Honestly saying Spurs are second half FC, so we need to kill the game off in the first half just to hit them with one hitter quitter. Let them lose all hope for the second half. Facts. I agree with that 100%. LFC Aaron Jota not in the squad. Apparently, facts. He's not in the squad because he's actually injured. Last time Nunes, Gakpo, Salah played, they scored 6. Facts. So you know what? It might be that team. I forgot about that. But now looking at this now, people. Yeah. So I believe what we're going to see today out of this team, if we've got this team, and if we go back to how we're kind of playing, is something like this at times. So what we're going to see, people, is obviously this 3 at the back. They coming really here. Now, I'm going to focus on the left side first. What we're going to see a lot is when Robertson bombs forward, Jones actually doesn't drop back. He doesn't drop back and become a left-sided centre-back or a DM, but he covers this space a bit more and allows Nunes to go, or Jota it would be, but it's Nunes today, to come inside. And you have Fabinho kind of just covering here. Obviously, Verge will move across like that, probably. And you have Matic that just moves a bit across a bit more across, and you have Trent that just pulls over to the right a bit, right? And that's kind of the formation we'll set up. And sometimes it's even a 2 when this happens. But what happens is that allows Nunes to go and kind of come inside, Jones to come deep to come and collect the ball whilst having an option, still having an overlapping run. I think it's people really forget that if Robertson was to stay with a 3 at the back like this, he would need to be a wide person if we're playing with a 3 at the back. So, and it'd have to essentially become a 5, because otherwise, if he's coming deep to get the ball, this just gets congested and you can easily clamp that down. And Nunes, Gakpo, they're not getting any service. So that really works out well. I think that's what we go and see. Trent, again, he's going to be coming in doing that inverted role. And I think the role of Henderson, and I want to really epitomize that as well. And I saw it when we went to the game. Big up to Jonathan because he was there as well. We said Henderson's everywhere, but like in a really good way. What he's doing, he's reacting to both Trent's movements. If Trent pulls out here, he will go and cover there. If Trent comes in here to get the ball, he goes out wide here. And as long as, and he's doing that whilst also looking at Salah's movement. So if Salah's out wide and he's stretching the man and he's running in behind, but he's not getting the ball, he might come out wide. He might come centrally. If he comes centrally, Henderson comes out wide. If Salah comes short to get the ball, he also needs to come a bit more central like that. He might even have to do this. And sometimes you do see this in the game where Trent will pass the ball to Salah. Trent will then move off and Salah's got the ball and he's probably the deepest. And you were going to go and see that a lot. And I think the reason why Henderson's been starting is because of a lot of that running. And I think he's actually allowing that system to work with Trent, if I'm being honest. He's allowing Trent to do that. Imagine having Naby Keita on that side. Or it just wouldn't work. Imagine, and when you saw, and people spoke about, obviously, Thiago. When Thiago came in against West Ham, it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible because he was doing the Henderson role, but he was in positions where he couldn't really impact the game. He's out wide. He's not pressing the ball. He's coming centrally, and the ball keeps finding him, but he's out wide. So he's not really affecting the game. Thiago's a very central player. It's like us saying, let's play Virgil van Dijk out wide, like as a right back. It just didn't. It doesn't have that same effect. You're taking away a lot from his qualities. Matip for me is going to be really important. Really important getting on the ball. Massive props to be able to go and do that. Getting on the ball, driving forward, actually open up the space and allowing Gakpo and Trent to get further forward, which is, I mean, we want him there. And we saw the goal for Nunes against, who did we play? Nottingham Forest, when the ball's been clipped over the top and he's gone and volleyed the ball. Really good goal. That's actually been enabled because we were able to really step forward. So sometimes we may see something like that. For me, the massive problem, though, will be in this situation, Harry Kane dropping into this hole. If Verge steps up on Harry Kane, there's loads of space with this 3 at the back. If you've got Son and Perisic bombing down that wing, and you've got Kulusevski or Richarlison bombing down the other one, Robertson and Matip are both going to be occupied, and it means that we're going to need to see a lot of defending from Fabinho and Trent at times, marking the third runners from midfield. Because if they're making out to in runs, we're going to get Højbjerg, you're going to get Skip that are going to try and get forward because Porro and Perisic on either wing are going to try and be really explosive. And I think we saw that against United, and that's going to cause a lot of problems. Sometimes Kane might pull out to Robertson. Does Verge stay central with no one there? Does he follow him? If he follows him, he leaves a gap. If he stays central, we might get caught in that same situation that that Arsenal caught us with when the ball got played over the top and it caused loads of issues. So yeah. Really interesting. People saying the lineup is out. It's not out yet. I believe that's the fake lineup. So I'm not going to go and get into that. I'm just going to have a look and see what people are saying on Twitter. 2 seconds. Let's see what they're saying. Twitter. Anything Liverpool, will it be on there? I don't even know where we're going to find this. Whoa. Is Elliott starting? Surely not. Guys, where hold on. Hold on, let's go Anfield Rock. Let's see this. All right, it's looking like Elliot is... Oh, no. Diaz, Gakpo, Salah, Jones, Fabinho, Henderson, Robertson, Van Dijk, Konate, Trent, and Alisson. That's looking at the predicted lineup. I don't know. Apparently, it's Elliot, Fab, Jones. I don't know. But guys, this is where I head out. This is where my head's about to explode. We discussed the game. Apparently, the team's not like this. It's actually going to be Elliot. So this is going to be really, really, really interesting. Diaz is starting, which is amazing. We get to see Lucho back. It means he's back fit. At least we know that. It means he's back fit. So, yeah. But look, Jesus, big up to everyone, obviously, that tuned into the preview. Guys, please obviously stay blessed. Make sure we're still smashing a like. We're hitting the comment button. We're hitting the notification button. And we're sharing. And please, of course, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It really helps the channel. Monetization is off for the moment. We're just trying to sort some stuff out in the back end. Once we get it up, super chats will be up. We're also going to have members videos only that are going to be really intriguing. We're talking about live streams with all our favorite content creators, the likes of Culture Cams. We're talking about Armchair Gaffers, Culture, all of the loads of people are going to have in-house live content for you guys. So please just stay tuned for that. But look, until next time, it's been amazing. I've been Jerry James, and yeah. Oh my God. You see what happens? Klopp, you wallad. Klopp, you wallad. God knows what's happening. The camera's moving off. I'm going to have to go and put the... Do it like that. Amazing. Cool. Amazing. I'm going to have to do it like that. So, guys, until next time, it's been the J James Show, and we're out, people. Take it easy, and you never walk alone. Good luck. Boom.